Sync. One of the things I hear the most often when people find out I'm vegan is, oh, vegan? I could never do that. I like my meat too much. Which shows to me that people see veganism as something that is unobtainable, something that's too drastically different from their current lifestyle, and so isn't something that's really worth their consideration. And you know, I felt the same way when I was an animal eater. Veganism seemed pretty crazy, pretty out there, and I think my thinking at the time was quite limited, and I really overestimated how difficult veganism would be and really underestimated myself. My life isn't too dissimilar to how it was 3 years ago. I like most of the things that a lot of people like. I enjoy doing things that a lot of people enjoy doing. I think I have a pretty similar life to a lot of people in the West. But I now pay active attention to all of the awful things that happen to animals every second of every day. But it really is like taking the... Is it the red pill or the blue pill in the Matrix? Matrix. Red pill. It's like taking the red pill, it's the red pill. But yeah, I now pay attention to this suffering and this death that is ubiquitous throughout our society, to the point that most people don't even notice it. I mean, I certainly didn't. I think when it comes to veganism, most people are already there mentally. Most people wince at slaughterhouse footage, but I've never seen anybody get upset about watching a combine harvester go through a field. Gary Roski famously made the point that if you take a baby, a rabbit, and an apple, and you put them all in a playpen, then you leave them for say an hour, the baby would play with the rabbit and it would eat the apple, which shows that mentally we're more suited to eating fruit than we are to eating animals. Though I can't see a baby taking a bite out of an apple. I'd have chosen something like a pear or a peach or a peeled banana. But I mean, that is completely besides the point. There's a fairly famous BuzzFeed video that came out about 2 years ago, and it's called Foodies Kill Their Food. And the people in the video are clearly uncomfortable with what they're doing. They have to refer to killing the chickens as harvesting them, and they also had to do a group hug before they actually killed the chickens. These people are pretty obviously not okay with what it is that they're doing, and they're having to do a lot of mental acrobatics just to make it through the video. It's a pretty prime example of people who are against violence to their core, and yet they just don't think about where, what, or who they are eating comes from. I recently found out that there are people who think it's too gruesome to eat animal flesh when it's on the bone, and to be honest, I didn't even know that was a thing when I was a meat eater. I first heard about it when I was having a conversation with this girl about me being vegan, and she said that she could never do it. But we got talking, and it turns out that she's not even that into red meats. She's mostly just eats fish and chickens, and whilst they're still animals and they don't deserve to be eaten, that means that she's already cut out half of the animals that a lot of people eat anyway. She described herself as an animal lover and that she couldn't drink full fat milk because it was too heavy or something. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but to me it sounds like she's a vegan in the making. She just hasn't realised it yet. I understand how if you were first hearing about veganism in the 70s or maybe even 10 years ago that it would seem difficult at best, but there are replacements readily available everywhere. If you want to go out and grab a coffee, everywhere supplies at least one plant milk. If you are going to grab some lunch at work, I mean, there's always at least one vegan option in the meal deals. In the time that I've been vegan, I think there was only one time that I can remember where there wasn't any vegan options at all on the menu, apart from fries, and so it was ridiculous, to be honest. I had this massive bowl of fries. I asked for like 5 portions of fries, thinking that, you know, it would be like like a McDonald's medium, the average size. So it'd be 5 of those, which I could get through, but it was massive. It was huge. It was like a bath, not a bath, it was like a sink full of fries. It was ridiculous. It's a good job that I love potatoes. But I mean, I was just too socially awkward at the time to ask for a vegetarian option, but without any of the cheese on it. But I think now, you know, I'd be brave enough to just ask the waiter to order it without any cheese on it, and that would make it vegan. I think the thing that's stopping most people is that it just seems too drastically different a lifestyle from the life that they already live. And when the number of vegans is increasing, like it is, it's becoming easier and easier because of the demand for vegan items is increasing. It really is the easiest it has ever been to live a lifestyle that aligns with your morals. Anyway, I think we're going to leave that there. If you agreed with me, you disagreed with me, or if I made you see something in a new light, let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you're more subtle than that, leave a thumbs up, a thumbs down if you disagreed with me. And yeah, I'll talk to you next time. And in the Yulin video, in the comment section, somebody mentioned how narrow that door is. I mean, it's kind of narrow, but it's not something I've ever noticed before. I wanna come with me. I'm probably like wildly out of focus, but I mean, it's kind of thin, but it's not super narrow. But I mean, it's just not something it's not something I'd noticed before. So, well noticed, I guess.